Academia.
Hello and welcome to episode 89 of the My Hero Academia podcast. I'm Kendra, and today with me I have James.
Hello.
And Gary.
Hi.
Woo. Today we're going to be covering anime episode 81 and chapter 261. But first we're going to jump into the news a little bit. I think Gary has some One Justice news.
Yeah, the new playable character for One's Justice 2 is Gang Orca.
Woo. I guess, how does he fight even? We've seen him. I guess he just, punches people.
And he, throws them by the head or whatever.
Because I can just imagine, the goons he has with him.
Oh, yeah, that might be, a super move. But I'm thinking, we'll actually see his powers finally. Because all we know is that he has the powers of a orca whale. That's about it, so.
Yeah, I think he does, have echolocation. Do orcas have that? I don't know. He's badass. He can just punch people. That's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, though. He was unexpected, I'd say.
And we also got the covers. Volume 26, we get kind of the internship work study. I can't keep track of what it's supposed to be now. But
I think it's work study.
Work study. We kind of, it's very hand-focused, which is kind of funny to me. Because Horikoshi really likes drawing hands, and he can't draw Shigaraki's hands anymore. So now we get what is I don't understand what is Todoroki's weird arm things that go around his waist or around his arms.
Shoulders.
Shoulders.
It's like a backpack.
Backpack. But I don't think there isn't anything on the other end of it.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's just because he doesn't really have. He needs to do something with his hands, so it's okay. Let's just put that
that's
on.
That's part of his hero costume.
Yeah, but I think it was part of his old hero costume, because he changed it up, but I think it's still there. Just I don't know. I wish instead had been him with his 5 wee-wees. The medicine thing.
This isn't the Valentine's Day episode.
And I like Deku's scarf because it makes me think of Can't You See Kid.
Oh yeah,
it does.
And Endeavor is just in the background being like, "I'm cool. I have flames."
I think the general theme is they each have a part of their hero costume on in their everyday clothes, including.
Because that's what they did.
Shoulder.
That's what they did when they were saving the kid. Their stuff popped out. They got the basic stuff they needed. But it's just funny that his thing isn't really necessary.
Yeah.
But I'm just being mean to Todoroki because his hero costume is bad. But, and we got a Vigilantes. Oh my god, I tried to hit the Vigilantes thing, and I accidentally opened a picture of La Brava. And I'm like, okay, La Brava's cool. But we get a shot of, Eraserhead, screaming, and then we get Shirakomo. Is that his name?
Yes.
Yay! Looking very dramatic, so I don't know. I'm glad that gets highlighted in a cover.
Yes.
Yay.
I love Shirakomo anyways.
It's loud.
It's kind of cute that there's clouds everywhere except for where Shirakomo is. See how that is? It's kind of cute.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true.
And also kind of his future with those dark clouds around.
Stop making my good boy evil.
Oh, I just looking at it makes me sad. Oh, and we did, James, do you want to read the author comment, or do you want me to read the author comment?
Yes, I have the author comment right
Yay.
here. For the author comment, Horikoshi said, I had something called cheese coffee for the first time. It was a new taste and delicious. And I looked it up, and apparently it says cheese coffee is a northern Scandinavian tradition. Kaffeost, I think that's what it's called, is a drink/meal in which cubes of cheese are released into a cup of coffee. They absorb it like rich, moist cheese sponges. And ideally, it's all served in a beautiful mug carved out of birch burl. That just sounds gross to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just I don't like coffee anyways, but Aoyama would like it.
Yeah, he probably would like it, honestly.
We need to send Sophie this cheese so she can live, or this cheese coffee so she can live her Aoyama life.
It's kind of funny because there's like somebody on my feed on Twitter that like posted a video of like coffee around the world, and that was one of them pouring it with the cheese in there, like literally 2 hours ago.
It's a small world after all. Well, but is that all the news? Oh, I think the premiere for the movie is coming soon. I think maybe next week.
Yeah, February 26th.
Yep,
Woo.
I can't wait.
So yeah, a bunch of the voice actors are gathering together for like the premiere, and it's like, how do I go there? Or I think, are you guys seeing it dubbed or subbed, or are you seeing it at all?
I think I picked the dub because, but the only thing is the dub is like super late in my theater.
Ooh,
But I'm still gonna go watch it.
Doing dub.
nice. I've seen it dubbed and subbed on different days. I'm committed.
Oh, there's only available for one day in my city, so like I would have to watch subbed and dubbed together, and they're back to back, so I'd be sitting in the theater for 4 hours.
That's fair. But are we ready to move on to the anime?
Yes.
Yay.
This is my hero academia.
But this is episode 81, School Festival, and it covers chapters 169 to 170. It usually covers 4, but it's nice that it kind of takes the time to let those chapters breathe, because it's like a lot of talking. And for some reason, they do the intro again, like it's the start of a new season, which is kind of weird. But I guess it's like the transition of arcs. Did you guys think that was weird at all, or am I just wrong?
I thought it was odd too, but I think you're right. I think it's just that we're entering a new, bigger arc. So.
And I think someone on Twitter, I forgot to write down who, noticed there's a minor change in the OP where Jiro is like a bit more detailed, or they kind of just changed like her outfit, like slightly how it like kind of hung on her shoulders a little bit. I don't know why. And Ashida was showing off her breakdancing, and it just makes me think of firebending. And it's very funny that anytime Mineta opens his mouth in this episode, he's just immediately shut down. Which just is just like, just stop talking. Because he's just like, oh, why does she have shorts on underneath? And Hagagure just like hits him. And it's kind of cool that they note that like her dancing kind of makes her a better fighter as she uses her whole body. And Aoyama is still scared of Ashido because she burnt his cape once, and she burnt his pants and punched him in the face in the tournament arc. And it's just like, oh yeah. That's what, because he's like long distance, she needs up close, but she's just like, boom, no.
She like uppercutted him. I was
yeah. Because I try to remember if we saw that in the tournament, or if we missed it because Deku was injured.
No, they showed that. It was like really nice, though.
Oh.
No pun intended.
Yeah, that's good. Check out School Briefs. And we learn Aoyama. Oh my god, Aoyama and Deku cannot dance to save their lives, and that is me. To a T. I could do the clap side to side. Like I was in school plays as a kid, or in like high school, and I had to be like background dancing, and I could like not do it. It was just bad. And it's actually nice that she tried to teach them. And they kind of talking about applying their hobbies to hero work, like how Sado cooks. And then Kaminari, it's really nice. He praises Jiro about her room being very music-y, and she gets very embarrassed and like threatens him with her earlobes. And it's nice that Koda actually notices something is wrong, because like they're close kind of since when they had to face President Mike together, which I think is neat. And I just wrote down October because I was like trying to keep track of what month it was, because it's like it all kind of blends together, but it's cool. It kind of does like follow the school schedule. And we learn it's the school festival, so it's the school, so a normal school event. And we get the return of the sleeping bag, which is nice. We haven't seen it for a while. And Kirishima's like, is it okay to be carefree? It's kind of like points out like, oh, like you've changed that you're pointing that out. And then Eraserhead kind of goes off on a bit of a rant that like this festival is for the sport class, general studies, and business. And I'm a little sad that like we don't really have a focus character for the business class. We just get Beehive Guy.
Yeah, I was like, why does he have a beehive?
And so that's like I guess like it's really hard to introduce characters and keep track of all of them. But I hope we do get the business side eventually. But if it does it feels very end gamey right now with like what's going on. So maybe we'll just, like screw the business class. They're just math nerds. And basically everyone's stressed, and it's not really the hero class's fault, but it kind of is, and because of dorms. So it's to help like to de-stress these people. And the festival will only be for people related to the school, besides like a few others. And there's a really weird sliding clothes noise that I thought my headphones were broken. But it turns out that Eraser is just sliding down in his sleeping bag along the wall the entire time he's talking. Like, if you did it on a podcast, it would be like audio poison. So I was like, what is happening?
I just love that he just like slumps into sleep.
Yes, and he's like, you still have to participate. Like, you can't just opt out. And I wonder, like, do you think he's still working as a hero at night? Like a pro hero?
No, because I don't understand why he'd be so tired all the time. Like,
yeah.
That or he's like super like working late for school stuff. It'd be cool if he did like vigilantes things at night or something. Well, I mean, he's a pro hero, so he really can't.
Yeah.
He goes and visits that coffee shop he goes to.
Aww. Yeah.
Well, we know he does missions because he was on the overhaul one.
Mm-hmm. But that was like during the daytime. So like I'm wondering if he does it at
yeah.
night on top of his school activities.
Mm.
Yeah, who's a substitute teacher? Like when they were doing that, who's in UA? Like I guess they have other teachers, but
yeah, he's just like the homeroom teacher. So yeah, they probably switched out the other teachers.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice that Ida and Momo get a chance to shine. They're taking suggestions for everybody. Because I kind of forgot, or I guess I didn't forget, but like it's nice to get reminded that they are like the class reps or whatever you want to call it. And we kind of go through what everyone wants, and I don't know if we want to go through detail, but like Kaminari wants a maid cafe, and I had to pause to see what the difference was between his two imaginations. But the other, like, because one's more detailed, but he basically just has him like doing heart hands in one of them, and it's serving others, which is nice. I guess I like reverse maid cafes better because they're cute. I don't know.
I was gonna say like the other one is more detailed. It had Hagakure doing a heart, but you couldn't see it, so they had the little dotted line.
Oh yeah, I was like, what's that? I was like, what?
I don't know if you guys remember like a really old Rugrats cartoon where they were all superheroes and Lil was dotted line girl, so she was like the invisible woman, but then like she got defeated because people could see the dotted lines. So.
I vaguely remember, but yeah.
No, that's cool though. And Mineta, like he just wants boo, so he wants like boo. He wants boobs. Like I think in the official translation, I forget if he wanted a strip club or if he wanted like. There was some weird thing, but I don't remember. And he gets tied up by Froppy, and she's like, "Can I get a weight?" And I was like, "Good." Like, I don't know. Mineta's definitely gotten better in the manga, where he just like kind of keeps his mouth shut more. But we still get this in the anime. And Uraraka wants food, and just like this poor girl is poor. Like, I wonder, is there like a food budget now that they're living in the dorms? Or something?
I don't know. I don't think they ever said anything like that, but.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I worry about Uraraka. Kirishima wants arm wrestling, and I want a whole like light novel thing about them all arm wrestling, because I think Shoji might win.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was like, it could be like Over the Top. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
That just makes me think of One Piece. Over the Top!
Oh, no. Well, Over the Top is a Sylvester Stallone movie where he arm wrestles and wins like a big rig truck. And his stepson's heart or something like that.
His heart?
He wins his heart back, you know.
Oh, it's like supernatural things going on.
No.
No, not literally.
Not literally.
Oh! I read too much fantasy stuff.
You need some cheese coffee.
Yeah.
I think there's an episode of like Dexter's Lab parodying that too. Anyway.
Mm. Hagagure wants a funhouse. I just imagine like funhouse mirrors, which she can't use.
Yeah.
Or I guess her clothes could be altered, but it wouldn't be as fun. Sato, I like that Sato kind of focuses on like food. He can make them, which would be cute. Ashido wants to dance. Deku wants a hero quiz. And I think, I don't remember, I need to read the manga chapter, but I think it's in, they like showed people saying the stuff and then they show the board. So it is like, or I don't know.
Yeah, I would say that you did mention that Ida doesn't know what a funhouse is.
Yes, this is very confusing. Froppy wants a frog song. It's like, what? And Coda talks, like, I swear every time, I wonder how much of the, like, a petting zoo, and I wonder if, like, every time Coda talks, like, that voice actor makes, like, $100 or something. Todoroki wants soba. Bakugo wants a death match. And again, what does that mean? Who's fighting to the death? More confusing, Tokoyami wants a feast of students of darkness. He wants to eat people.
Apparently so. That just sounds so dark.
Yeah, or just like you eat some like edgy fake Halloween stuff or something.
Yeah, I think the students of darkness are just like the students of darkness are invited. I don't know.
All I know it's going to be
Kurihiro.
Yeah. What's his name?
Black.
Vance Black. And just him, both of them.
I made some jello.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Nightmare Before Christmas themed.
Mm-hmm.
Or Nightmare Before Christmas.
And Aoyama, a twinkling show of him. And again, they're like, what? Jiro wants a skit, and the Kaminari's like, huh? Because everyone else is saying stuff that kind of relates to their personalities.
Mm-hmm.
We get other suggestions, and then I think we see the board now. There's other suggestions of food. Like someone suggested dance performance. I'm going to highlight takoyaki because I love it.
Mm-hmm.
We learned the history presentation was Ida. Momo wanted a study party. And Momo eliminates the inappropriate and confusing stuff. And Bakugo is just like, don't ask then! It's like, really, Bakugo? You thought they'd choose a death match? And everybody's yelling, and Ida yells at them to quiet down, which I just like to imagine is like the politest form of shut up in Japanese possible.
Mm-hmm.
And the bell rings. And what happens next, Gary?
Okay, so the class continues to be rowdy, and then the bell rings. Aizawa gets up and he dramatically tells everyone with like a glare to reach a decision by the next day, or he'll make their event a public lecture as he walks out of the room. And they all imagine that and are horrified of an audience witnessing him lecturing them. So then there's a group meeting in the dorms common area, excluding the intern students and Bakugo, who went to sleep already. Ida stresses that they should do something that relieves the stress they create for the other students of the school. And then they rule out anything involving food because they can't outdo lunch rush. And then they rule out a zoo for sanitation issues. And then they rule out the comedy skit that Jiro suggested because comedy is hard. Then Mina suggests a dance again, and then Todoroki, of all people, walks up and agrees with her, and everyone's like shocked that he agrees. He then opens up a computer and like on a YouTube-like site, he plays a video of a rock concert and suggests something like that.
Oh, I just want to say, I just imagine for a second, what if he pulled up like a fan cam or something? Like people are like to post of like K-pop stars. So
Oh yeah.
I wish it was that.
If it was today, it would be a TikTok video.
Yes.
And then, let's see, Mineta is shocked and asks if Todoroki has become one of those party people. And he says no, and just agrees with Ida's idea to make a fun place for people to enjoy themselves. He says he learned this from his remedial license exam, and the others imagine him and Bakugo disco dancing at a club. So,
which is the best part of this episode.
Okay, then Mina is shown to have taught the awkward dancer Aoyama the two-step, and we get like a before and after shot of him like stumbling through it and then actually being able to do it. So then the brilliant mind of Mineta suggests music to go along with dancing. Anyway, So everyone then turns to Jiro, and she's like stunned. Then Hagakure says that they can use the instruments in her room, and we see images of Jiro teaching her how to play guitar. So she suggests she can teach them all how to play. Jiro feels like music is just her hobby, and she's kind of embarrassed about it because it's not useful to hero work, and she doesn't really want to boast about it publicly.
I will say that that's exactly how musicians are. They're too embarrassed to like say they're good more than they really are. So I get Jiro in this episode. I'm like, oh no, you're good, Jiro. Trust me.
And I love her clicking her like ear jacks is really cute.
Yeah, that's super cute.
Okay, so then Kaminari invades her space, like gets like 2 inches from her face, and tells her how it's cool to play instruments. Then Koji Koda speaks again and says that it'll make everyone smile, and assures her that she can use that in hero work. And I love that because they did their final exam with President Mike together, Koji Koda and Jiro, and I love that you can tell that he really likes her and is willing to like talk if it means it's to her, you know. It's pretty cute. But she reluctantly agrees, and then on the computer screen that was Todoroki was playing, it nobody's paying attention to it, but it skips to the next video and it shows a mysterious figure.
And I love that like the countdown like kind of overlaid like right in kind of like as they're talking, it's kind of like their fun times are coming to an end or something kind of.
Yeah. But then we get the episode bumpers of Mina and then Ayazawa. And a reminder that Ayazawa likes cats. Midoriya and Mirio are visiting Eri in her hospital room, and then Mirio brings her a fruit basket, and he guesses that Eri likes peaches the best, and she says she likes apples best, and so he excitedly says that's what he thought. And Aizawa flashes back to telling Deku that Eri requested to see him and Mirio out of concern for them, and we see a nurse and doctor in the hall discussing the potential danger of her having visitors, but Eri's quirk seems to be under control. Eri finally asks Midoriya's name, and he says Izuku Midoriya, but explains what hero names are, and that she can call him Deku because it's easier to remember. And then she thinks back to Sir Night-Eye, and thinks that he, Mirio, and Midoriya got badly injured because of her. And so she apologizes for that, and for Mirio losing his quirk. And then we get like an audio flashback of Aizawa during the scene, explaining that it would be too cruel for them to tell her right now that Sir Night-Eye was dead, so they don't do that. And then Mirio places his hand on her head and explains that no one thought they were suffering, just that they were glad she was safe and wanted to see her smile, so she doesn't need to apologize. And then she puts her fingers to her cheeks and pulls at her cheeks to force a smile, and then she apologizes for not knowing how to smile.
That was so sad.
That was like depressing.
Yeah.
So then we see a flashback of Overhaul's psychological abuse, a reminder of that.
Yeah, and after the flashback, Deku remarks that this girl hasn't been saved yet at all. And like in that image, we see like Chisaki's in the background with his hands over her. And Mirio at this point also states that Eri doesn't know how to have fun or smile. Well, I believe that was Deku that said that. I'm not sure, but somebody said it. But Deku has a flashback of Aoyama saying a surprise makes you happy. And cool acoustic music starts playing in the background. I like the little song in the background. But Midoriya asks Aizawa if Eri can come to the school festival. And Mirio's so excited at this idea that the bright idea light bulb broke. But Mirio basically explains that school festivals are fun, and then he goes on to explain that there will be candy apples, which Eri can't fathom that they're as sweet as Mirio is describing. But Aizawa says that he will try to get the principal's permission, and that Eri also wants to know more about the people who saved her. And Mirio says that she could be with him since he is on break from school. And this is kind of weird. He calls it a date, and Midoriya's like, Togato, what are you saying? Because he said some other things. And I'm like, yeah.
I think like he's just trying to be like nice and kind of make her feel like I think like there's later stuff where Mineta says something really weird to her. But I think it's like Mirio just like being a bit of a dork too much, and like and like it's like a joke thing, but like she doesn't even. I don't know. It's just kind of like he'll be by her side to make sure that it's okay.
Yes. But we we cut to the police station, and one of the staff says that he posted another video, and McGruff the crime dog's cousin comes over to the computer to see.
Dog cop,
I love Dog Cop.
I saw the video, but I was at work, so I didn't listen to it yet. But yeah.
But yeah, we see the video of a gentleman robbing a convenience store with his face hidden, and it's shot from a low perspective. Two heroes come in to try and stop him, which the gentleman mocks the two heroes, and then a bunch more arrive as he comically drops his knife. He's like, "Oh, there's a bunch of them," and this is where we get both their names. It's La Brava and Gentle, and he tells La Brava, to cut the video at this part, which after the video is cut to a scene where Gentle is leaving the convenience store, which you can see it's kind of wobbling for some reason, and then the caption on the video reads, "Gentle's so strong." And Gentle leaves the money behind because he says he doesn't care for the money. He cares more about the appearance. And the caption reads, "Gentle criminal." It says the next shot is a different location as he closes, which was weird because you see him walking away and it's like in the mountains. It's not even like in the city when he walks away. So it was weird, like a weird cut. But we get to see his logo. We see the logo. It says Gentle Video with a "see you next time" that looks a lot like the "to be continued" logo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but no roundabout is playing, unfortunately. Dog Cop wonders if Gentle Criminal is messing around or if he's being serious, and he says that he can't tell at all, and he ends all his sentences with "woof." I want to pet the Dog Cop, but we cut to Gentle and La Brava on a rooftop, and La Brava explains that they're not getting that many views. And Gentle surmises that he must accomplish a much greater feat, a feat that requires action. As he tried to pour his tea on a very windy day on the roof, the tea hits La Brava's face, and she's like, "Hot!" But Gentle states that he is searching for a scheme that will make him more magnificent. We get scenes from the hospital where Eri, Midoriya, and Mirio are conversing, and meanwhile, Gentle is monologuing over those scenes. He's stating that the scheme will arrive soon, and the episode ends with a splash of tea hitting Gentle's face.
And his cape is also really dumb.
Yeah.
But we got a new arc and we got a new villain. Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
I guess I like this episode overall. Like, it was nice to kind of see the students just being students again, even if it was just like a lot of talking. But it was nice. It was very cute. And then we kind of get Eri is just so sad, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I forgot that this arc was kind of had that like emotional side of like we need to help Eri like with she's traumatized basically.
It's super traumatic, honestly.
Yeah. And then I just love Dog Cop in all forms. Also, I want to point out, Gentle has buff legs. This is very important. He's very buff. He's buff legs.
I thought those were just his pants. Like that, or he's been working out like his legs. He has not been skipping leg day.
He only does leg day.
He skipped torso day.
Torso day. Abs. And
I'm just like, he's just like doing it for the exposure, like threatening a guy with a knife. Like that's, is it even like, I guess it's still burglary. He didn't take the money, but he's still like, it's like armed robbery, unless like...
He also vandalized the building and attacked heroes, so there's assault, yes. And then there's, I guess I don't know, trespassing charges? I don't know. Yeah. He just committed crimes.
And I just wonder if, like, the Dog Cop only becomes aware of it after it's posted, but I guess maybe it wasn't in Dog Cop's area, because you think they would have heard about it first from the heroes.
Yeah.
But, Gary, what were your thoughts on the episode?
I liked it overall. It felt really slow, though. Like, it was a lot of conversation, especially toward, like, the first half of the episode. Just deciding what their theme would be for the school festival. And I know it was dragged out a little bit from the manga. I'm pretty sure that we saw most of the suggestions just on the chalkboard, and here we get like everybody suggesting things. And I thought that was kind of a shame just because how rushed the overhaul arc was, but it's fine. They don't want that to drag on too long because it was so depressing, I'm sure. But yeah, overall I liked it. I'm really excited for Gentle and La Brava. I don't know if anyone's going to take them too seriously with that ending of getting tea slapped in their face, but it's pretty cute.
Mm-hmm. I guess like I didn't like Labrava and Gentle that much in the manga. I know some people really love them, so I'm hoping maybe the anime will change my mind a little bit. 'Cause I don't hate them or anything. I'm just like, eh.
I remember you didn't really like how young she looks too, but
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but well, we can talk about that because it explains some of it later. Eh. James, what were your thoughts?
I'll go on to say that I do love the school festival arc,
Mhm.
just because you do get to see the kids being kids. And I can't wait for like the actual festival part to be animated. But overall, I did like this episode a lot. I will say that they did shorten the sad part for Eri, and like that's really hard to watch too because you can still see her scars too from when Overhaul, would cut her up, and I'm like, oh, poor little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And
Was it much longer in the manga? Sorry.
it feels longer in the manga.
I don't know. Okay. I haven't reread that chapter recently, but I felt like it was kind of. I really just like the panel where it's like Overhaul like cover like behind her and kind of like she's never been saved. I think was what like really impacted me, but
Yeah, but I will say this episode was really just mainly the entire setup for the entire school festival arc.
Mm.
So I'm really excited to see Gentle and Labrava. I do like them both a lot, honestly.
Mm.
And other than that, I want more Dog Cop.
Yes, please. Are we ready? Any other parting thoughts for the anime?
no, that's all.
Nope.
Woo. Let's move on to a much more serious topic, the manga.
This is my hero academia.
Okay, now the chapter number 261, High End. We get basically a cover page of Mirko heading toward the camera and about to kick it really hard. That's about it.
she's about to kick us.
Yay.
So yeah, we see her muscularity. Okay, and on the next page, we see like already it's a flashback of her kicking the door in, and it flies, and we see it crushing Johnny in even more detail. One of her eyeballs pops out. Even it's pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
And then we see the doctor shocked at this, holding 2 cork jars close to himself. Then another flashback of like Johnny with like the tar-looking liquid, and he's commending Johnny, saying, "Good boy, well done, Johnny."
The birth of Johnny, or his first teleportation. He's like snuggling
hugging,
him.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny.
Johnny boy, the pipes are calling. I'm sorry, that's probably offensive to veterans. Oh well.
I don't know. Okay, so then I think is it All for One talking there?
Yes.
Like that's what the speech is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it says, "Your bottomless curiosity and pursuit of knowledge are always such a boon to me." And
Or
we
I
see,
guess maybe it's the doctor thinking about All for One, not All for One saying it.
oh, okay. Well, that's not my doctor impression. Oh well. Then the doctor's like showing off some Nomu to All for One in a flashback, and then we see another door hitting one of, or
It's
bouncing
actually
off of Johnny.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's actually Johnny. We get two pictures of Johnny dying.
Or wait, does Johnny have long human legs?
Kinda. They're not like
Yeah,
super long. But I think
Oh.
it's just the shot because
I was
it's
gonna
his finger and his eyeball is floating.
I was gonna say that Caleb Cook, you can follow him on Twitter at CDCubed. He's the official translator for My Hero Academia. He noted that was Johnny.
Oh, okay.
And that the door bounced off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the doctor looks on in horror and he says, "From the bottom of my heart, thank you, my friend."
Johnny. I don't know if you've seen The Simpsons, but
Or here's Johnny. That's what she's doing it to him. Yay, Mirko.
Yeah, so then the door bounces off of Johnny and like crashes into 2 of the Nomu containers, like shattering them. Then we have a shot of the Nomu falling out as the doctor screams, "No!" Then Mirko, she just like calmly like pulls her hair back a little bit and says, "Guys, I found the old fart and a bunch of tough-looking Nomu." And then she gets a response, and then she says, "Don't know, but a good kick should tell me." So it was probably saying, Caleb mentioned this too, but I think it's pretty obvious. But they're probably asking if it's the real doctor after they had the twice clone. Then Endeavor says, "Capture him. I wish I could say we're right behind you, but..." And then we see one of the dead Nomu, the giant whale one.
It looks
So
like a
they're
cat
still
bus.
being held back a little bit. Then in the next panel, we get a different shot with Rocklock, and it's pretty sweet. Like, we see like a sign that he has held in place, and then a couch that he's like blocking off the Nomu with. We don't get a whole lot of his power in action, so this is pretty sweet. And then we see like the mummy-looking sidekick of Endeavor. It looks like he's shooting flames out too, doesn't it? In the background.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just realized I'm just seeing Eraserhead. I thought, where is the mummy guy?
He's right above Eraserhead.
Oh, I see him. Okay.
Yeah. Looks like he's burning Nomu. Eraserhead, is whipping his scarf around. And Endeavor, too, is shooting flames out. It looks like they're holding their own, but the Nomu, there's a lot of Nomus.
I was going to
take them a minute.
Comment that it looks like the mummy guy is redirecting some of the flame, if you look at it.
Oh, yeah. It looks like kind of a portal that goes through his body. Yeah, you're right. I think that flame is from Endeavor. Oh, that's cool.
Do you?
Yeah, if you look closely, it looks like he's redirecting it like a tube.
Oh, because like Endeavor's firing flames at dude, and then it's going towards bandage guy, and then it moves. Oh, okay. Razorhead isn't doing anything. Like, he's putting up his like bandage thing, but then there's like something whipping around, like attacking. So he's just like, look at this. He's like playing with a cat, like waving a thing in front of him. Like, he's not doing anything.
I think he probably had his rope or his scarf around that Nomu and like released him like a top, and that's why he's spinning. Maybe.
Probably. And there's this really weird figure right above. It might take us a minute. Above that bubble. What is that? A Nomu?
No idea.
Like coming out of the ceiling, you mean, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is a Nomu.
Yeah, it looks like a Nomu coming down.
No.
We also, I missed it at first, but President Mike is there, like right to the left of that sign that Rocklock is holding up.
That's what I was going to comment on. I'm like, nobody's paying attention to President Mike streaming into the void.
Took me a minute to see him. And then on the right behind Endeavor, the native hero is just standing there too.
What's he doing?
Okay, so then Rocklock says, "These flunkies keep popping up all over. Hey, Mandalay, is the hospital evacuated?" And then we get Mandalay. She says, "Yes, we just got the last patient out." As we see the last patient going out.
And I wonder, are they using comms or are they using Mandalay's telepathy?
I don't think it's their telepathy because it usually has like lines on the speech bubbles.
Mm-hmm. Because I just wonder. Sorry, is Endeavor's mic fireproof?
Oh, could be.
Yeah. So we go and we see a corridor. It looks like it's Crust, right? The Crust hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running through and he's going through the hall where like there's a bunch of like dead Nomus, and he just says, "I see. Thank you for the details." And he runs past a room too that also has some. It looks like some of those capsules. He says, "Each of these small rooms is a storage chamber." He says, "A passageway. It must lead out, up and out. So the morgue isn't their only road." And he goes again,
I just realized, I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Crust is thinking the hardest he's ever thought in his entire life.
I just love it because it's like, But yeah, as he says his final you see a bunch of Nomu start running in the halls.
It's and from Herm to Zerm.
Herman! His real name's Herman. Herman the Worm.
But yeah, he's Herman and the Nomus are Zerman. But we see he gets his. We really don't know his power yet. But we see that he's hardening his like fists. It says kashink kashink.
He has crusty hands.
That's gross.
He's able to eat the ends of bread.
Yes.
He says, "Forgive me, pitiable foot soldiers, but I must defeat you." It says, "I must apprehend the root of evil that lies ahead." And we see this really cool shot of Mirko. She's about to go in and dive in on the doctor.
I wonder if her tail is real or if it's just like a added on thing. Because she has like the ears.
I don't know. But we go back and she says, "You're the real one. Let's find out." And then he's like, I'm the real one. He shit his pants like a third or fourth time.
Yes, every time. I'm so happy.
And she's like, "Better give you a good kick to be sure." His face again, it's just like his eyes are watering so much that it's filling up his goggles. And he says, "Right, the high-end Numu, like the one Dobby used. No, impossible. These other little ones haven't even reached the testing phase. If only, or what," he says, "what I wouldn't give for another half day." And it says, "If only Dobby hadn't failed to retrieve Hood's body." It says, "Manufacturing more without all for one around is no small feat." And you see he pulls out his cell phone. And he says, and then we get another, some more dialogue. It says, it took little Hood 10 hours to stabilize once activated." And that Hood, he says little Hood, but Hood's like super tall.
Yeah.
In that picture. It says, "They should be strong enough in a pinch like this, but," and we see a big old foot.
Exactly. I love
Just
it.
like knock his hand. Look, if you look, like his arm looks like it's warped around her foot too. If you see it,
Yeah.
broke some bones.
Yeah. Good.
Just
And
MVP of this chapter.
Yes. But something whams into her. It's the weird cat-eared Nomu. And she's like, "Huh?" And it goes glance, so it's like looking at her. And he's like, "Mocha!" And Mocha forms another doctor. Which is weird. Like, because I'm trying to figure out what happened. So she hits her, and she still manages to hit the doctor. Like, or instead she hits the globby doctor? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I think I think he gets in front of her.
Oh, I thought he was hitting her side leg.
I think she like kicks it before it fully forms too. And she like kicks through it, hits Mocha.
Yeah. And she goes, "This one's got the double quirk, huh?" So I guess you can replicate quirks without killing the person.
I was going to mention that her foot also changes when the one kicking the doctor is her left foot, but the one kicking the Mocha is her right leg.
So she probably switched like midair because she thought it was an attack. And the doctor goes, "A true miracle." And he goes, "Beep, beep, your Uber is here." And he's like, "Using your quirk without even being told to, and you did it to protect me." I don't know. I need to sign out a doctor voice. And he's like, "Little Mocha, your courage wasn't for nothing." Or I need to watch Sonic, and I need to give him whatever Jim Carrey's voice is. And we see the girl Nomu is waking up. There's electricity shooting, or like the one with, for some reason, has boobs, Nomu, and hair. And boom, 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 the glass is shattering, and he's saying, "Go slaughter those meddlesome heroes!" And I love the panel, like they're all reaching out, grabbing for her, and it's just like spooky. Like, this is straight out of a horror movie. There's one Nomu that like doesn't even have a head. It's like head is already. Oh, I guess she's kicking its head off, right?
Yeah.
He's got hands, and he's got a head for a hand or something.
Yeah, he's got a mouth on his hand at least, and yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I thought it was like the head of it, but that's the hand. Because I saw Caleb's speech, I like didn't understand them because I was like, "What's a hand thing?" But I'm like, oh, I thought it was 3 different, or like it was a separate Nomu.
Mm-hmm.
He's got
But-
a mouth on his elbow and shoulder too. That we can
Ugh.
see.
Why? It must come in handy. And she got knocked away, and I think that's the hairy Nomu, because most Nomu don't have hairs. And they're able to regenerate. At least she did a number on them. And at first they're like, eek, oh, aqua.
Beep, bop, pork, yeah.
Yeah. Beep, bop, bop, bop. And they go, hero. And it's like, mm-hmm. And okay, the one that's behind the hairy Nomu, it has hair or a head shaped like something from Dragon Ball. Some of them have that weird head shape.
Some of them looks like
thinking,
Majin Buu.
Yeah.
I was thinking Zora's from Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah, that's more. Yeah, that's more maybe. And they're like, been so long, and like they're all creepy faces. Hero can go wild, hero. And okay, I know Caleb pointed out that the figure on the left kind of has the Ida or the Ida family
Oh my
line
God,
helmet,
yes.
but I was thinking of Best Jeanist, maybe his hair. But it doesn't really make sense. Like I'm just thinking like maybe Best Jeanist was put into one of these Nomu, is what I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm.
without any real basis. And one of the Nomu, I guess it might be hairy one, because that's the one that has like the exposed brain kind of close to their eyes, saying, "Kill them all! Let's go nuts!" And it's like, yeah, okay.
I don't know if either of you have seen Shirabako, but that's like the catchphrase, like whether they hold donuts to each other and say, "Do donuts, let's go nuts."
I haven't seen it. And Crust arrives. He beat those Nomu, and he's like, "Mirko, where art thou?" Not wherefore. I was asking like, "Why are you, Mirko?" And instead, he's greeted by a really big. Oh, this is the hand. This is hand mouth Nomu again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's missing an arm.
I think his arm's just like
Behind him.
behind him or something.
Oh. And he says, "I'm not sure about your rank, but I know your crust." And I'm just like, why would his rank matter? That's what I you'd think he would say quirk, or like, but I guess he knows he's crust. He knows his quirk. But maybe the person they made this from was before the ranking results.
And I think he only has one arm, and that his left arm is just the little shoulder mouth.
Oh
When we look
yeah.
At it sooner, I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I love Crust. He's so polite. He's like, "Correct. How astute." It's like, really? Oh, I just realized Crust kind of has like, or we've probably seen it before, but he kind of has the scales on. He has like armor looking thingy. He's like a talking Nomu, and the doctor is still like sliding around. Give him a wheelchair, but he's just using his like. Wheelie chairs are important, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm sorry, I couldn't give you enough time, but I leave this to you." And stuff's shattering, and she's like, "You think," or I guess he's probably talking to the Nomu, but I wonder if maybe, because where are you going, asshole? Like, you don't have anywhere to drive. She's like, "You think you're getting away, you old fart? Whatever. Things are only just heating up." So she's gonna kick ass. She's not done yet. Yay! I don't think she'll die here. I hope
She
not.
better not.
Because Crust is also there to help.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think Crust is more likely to get killed than Mirko.
Mm. I
Take her
know.
off, like,
The dude, the one with like the weird like helmet, it makes me think more of Evangelion. It definitely very much like Unit 1 or Unit 0. What unit?
Unit 1. It's
Oh,
Unit
okay.
1. That's what he looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking Full Metal Alchemist too.
Is there a Unit 1 in Fullmetal Alchemist?
No. The brother guy that's like the armor.
Alphonse?
Is that his name? Sure.
Oh, yeah, it kind of does. No, Alphonse, be good.
He can't feel anything. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be negative, but I love Alphonse. He's
But yeah, this is definitely, it feels Horikoshi's definitely exploring like different themes, and this definitely feels like a Akira. I guess we were talking about last chapter, like Akira, a very like horror movie, like actiony vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the kids, but I think we just love it. That's what I say every time.
I know.
This is cool, but I'm like, where are the babies? I'm scared. But what are or who started? Gary, what were your thoughts on the chapter?
I was gonna comment too that one Nomu with like the trunk reminds me of like Snuffleupagus or something.
That the elephant one?
Yes.
Like a Muppet?
That is Big Bird's friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was his imaginary friend for a while, and nobody believed him that he existed until like finally they saw him too, and they're all like shocked.
Oh, the one that looks like a Zora? Is it Snuffleupagus?
No, the one on the far left in that last shot.
Oh, the one. Oh yeah, the one in the background.
I don't feel so good, Bird.
No! You're all going to hell. Or what is? Or no, I guess it would be like crust, or just like I don't know how to meanify. Or no, Big Bird. I think it's what you're doing. I don't know. Sorry.
It's hard to do his voice too, because it's kind of like this. I don't know.
This is me. I guess I want to know. Like, I wonder if any of these are like, are there missing prose or something? Like, that's what I'm like really curious about. Who were these?
Yeah, and I wish we had like an in-universe hero like encyclopedia, you know what I mean? And that would be kind of cool to like, hey, this might be this hero and that might be that hero, if that's who they are. It might just be randos or like people from the orphanage or nursing home too, though.
Yeah, I will say now I want like a My Hero Academia version of the Viver cards.
Oh yes.
So cool.
Yeah, like I want to know so much. I just want to know like stupid things about the pros. Like when we got the top 10 list, I want to know like what's their favorite food. Like give me stupid shit so we could do trivia about them.
Yes.
I was thinking too with Crust, his like I know we don't know what his quirk is yet, but it looked like he was forming scales on his arms. And that reminded me of Hiryu Rin from Class 1B, who has a scale quirk.
Mm-hmm. It also made me think of Kirishima too, and I was like, Kirishima should intern for this dude.
Yeah, a little bit, but I wonder what it is. What his power is. I want to see that. It looks like a bunch of tiny little shields too.
I think he is described as the shield hero.
Mm-hmm. Because we always confuse Crust with the Gimli guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. Oh, he's the very emotional one. He's the one who's crying in sorrow over All Might's retirement. I'm trying to find what his hero rank is now.
I think it's number 7.
Oh, number 6.
Oh,
sorry. I'm on his wiki, so I'm very much cheating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I wonder. I don't know. I'm just very curious. What ranking was he before? Let's see. Sorry, this is point. Oh, he was 6 before, so he stayed the same.
Okay.
So that's what the ranking thing is really what. Like, why did the Nomu mention that?
Maybe they are like designed to go for the top hero.
Oh.
The first one attacked Endeavor, but Endeavor just happened to be there. I don't know. I think we lost the only thing that humanized the Doctor, which is Johnny. So that was kind of sad. This episode is in memoriam of Johnny. Yeah, I liked it, and I liked that it was pretty much a Mirko chapter, which is really odd, but
I love it.
Yeah, that's about all I have to say. It was a nice actiony chapter, but not a whole lot of information. But still, it kind of balances out the anime episode this week because that was a lot of dialogue.
James, what are your thoughts?
This chapter was pretty good just because I love Mirko. She's awesome. I love that we get to see more of her, and Crust as well. Like, we're getting focus on like the other ranked heroes instead of usually the main one, because we've got Endeavor for so long, and that work study arc that we just went through. But I'm really excited to see, what more they can do. And I really don't want Mirko to die because she's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's interesting that we do see a lot of the high-ends have, like, they're talking and stuff. And they seem, like they say these, like you said earlier, they seem to recognize Crust for some reason. So that's interesting if we know if they're, like, either past heroes or maybe people that just, like, happen to know who they were, or, like, they were just from the orphanage/hospital. But other than that, I really did enjoy this chapter a lot. There was some really good art in it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that shot with the Nomus, like, shoving Mirko is just, like, ridiculously well drawn. And, like, I do get Akira vibes from it just because of the capsules and stuff. And Akira's very sci-fi-y, so, like, this arc is sort of sci-fi-y in a way.
Oh, yeah.
But I haven't watched Akira in a couple of years, so my memory of the movie's not that fresh.
Mm.
But I will say, like everyone is saying, rest in peace, Johnny.
Oh.
No, that's all I got to say.
Nice. I'm just gonna second the Mirko love because she's awesome. I just kind of realized that her like eyelashes are really long on the top.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like the art for her is kind of amazing, and just like that kind of page dividing thing of just her leg was really cool. And I like that she is like she's still able to report in what's going on. She doesn't like fall for him saying I'm the real one. She's still gonna test it out. I do love like I'm trying to find like a naming theme for the little Nomu, because like Mocha, like Cafe Mocha or something.
Mocha.
Cafe Mocha, yeah. So it's probably Mocha, not Mocha. I think I said it wrong. Sorry. And like Johnny, so I wonder, is he naming them after the people they were, or is he just like giving them random like things you'd name your pet?
What if they could only say one word and like Mocha can only say Mocha and Johnny could only say Johnny?
They're just Pokemon.
Mocha says glance though.
Yeah, he glanced hard.
Yeah, that glance was like weird. Because I almost expected him to like copy her or something. Or I don't know. Do little Nomu have genders?
I wonder if his full name is Mocha Chocolata Yaya.
Seconding the art love. I hope Mirko's okay. There is like kind of the cool thing when we get the shot of the Nomu, like they're gonna say like can go wild. There's like the panel is dividing the hairy Nomu like in half, kind of like dissecting it. It's like kind of what he did to them. And like I wonder, he was saying before that they take a while to stabilize or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder maybe this fight will actually be a lot easier than we think. Because like so that might be interesting, but I think there's still something else that he's running to. Or sliding to, I guess. Rolling.
Sliding, going.
Yeah. I just realized that I thought the last thing we saw of him was him just outside the door, but the next one is like a little him, like in the darkness almost. Like he whizzed away really fast.
Oh yeah. He's going really quick there.
So like I don't really understand how he thinks he can even get away. So I think he's not real. I think he's lying. Maybe.
Which another thing I thought too is his original plan was to teleport him and Shigaraki. So Shigaraki is still in that tube, I think. Or did he get away before? I don't think he did.
Oh, or I wasn't sure if he was like teleporting to Shigaraki, because have we seen? I don't know.
Well, his plan was for him and Shigaraki to teleport somewhere else, but then Johnny got yerked.
Oh, that would be very interesting. Oh my God, Shigaraki's gonna wake up early and just like legit kill people. I don't want that.
You disturbed my nap time.
Yeah, like maybe he's going further in. Oh, when he said, "I leave this to you, my high ends," I thought it was just like dot. I did not see the high ends for some reason. I just thought it was like dot dot dot. I don't want Shigaraki to wake up. I'm scared. But overall, I love this chapter. I think it's a good like fight chapter as well as kind of like building up a little bit, like, oh, what's gonna happen next? But okay, wait, is there? Oh, I think that there's no chapter next week.
Nope.
Ugh. I just
Aw.
realized that. But I think that's good. Like, the art this chapter was amazing. Let Horikoshi rest. Like, I'm fine. I'll live.
Mhm.
But will I? Will I live? Oh, I don't know. At least it wasn't like this is still a cliffhanger, but at least it's not like implying that Mirko's dead and we have to like wait 2 weeks to find out if she's not.
Yeah, I don't think so. I just, like I said, I love that they're getting their moments in because we just don't ever get enough of. Well, first of all, we don't ever get enough of the female heroes,
Exactly.
and then we don't even get enough of the other ranked heroes as much. So I like that they're having some moments to shine at least.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell Horikoshi likes drawing Mirko.
Yeah, he does good with her. Like, her outfit is sexy, but she's like more athlete than sexy, so I like that about her. Because
Mhm.
most of the pro female heroes are like all about sex appeal.
Mm-hmm. I guess like last week, I think people pointed out like he really draws her vagina. Like, and I guess it makes sense for her costume, but like Horikoshi drew the costume. So like I think it definitely is nice that it's more like she's an athlete, but I think it's still nothing's ever going to be perfect. I still love her design, but
Mhm.
sometimes I'm just like, why are we getting a crotch shot? Like, why is this happening? But it didn't happen this chapter, so I'm just happy. Yay.
Mhm.
Go Mirko, go. What if the doctor just realizes he can like throw a carrot at her? I think did we talk about the doctor's new name yet?
Did he get a new name?
Yes. Oh, I think it's Gyudai Garaki, which basically is the same thing of like Garaki is kind of like a wooden thing. Kyodai's surname contains the kanji for shell and wood, and his first name contains ball, sphere, round, and big. And Garaki also refers to the surname of All for One. So that'll be interesting. Like, is he related to him? Like, that's, I want, like, I don't know. There's so much stuff about the doctor that we don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how long, he's the third brother.
Oh my god.
That'd be so funny.
All for One seems to like find these people with tragic backstories and adopts them as his own, like he did with Shigaraki. So I kind of wonder if it's along those lines. Not that he adopted them, but something else.
And he does have the anti-aging quirk. So like he could have been around since the start, or he could just be, because I don't think we really know how long ago it was. Because we can't even say like 9 generations, because some of their lives were very short. Like none of them, they all died young.
Yeah.
I don't know. Any other thoughts on the manga?
No, I'm good. I just like the Mirko stuff.
Or I'm just like looking at how like bloodied everything is. I'm like, the poor cleaners are gonna have to come in here and take care of this shit.
They're like, oh boy, time to start my shift. What happened here?
Ooh, and I do feel like maybe Crust is the one who's gonna run into Shigaraki because he's lagging behind. And also, they really, really need to get Eraserhead close to the doctor again. Like, he should not be with the other people. He should be with Mirko. Because he's the only one who can, like, oldify him, basically. But, oh, well.
I was going to say, too, it's been a little while since we've had a good old-fashioned no-move fight, so that's kind of exciting about this chapter.
No More is so creepy. I just like it's really flexing like the horror aspect of it, or like
they're creepy and they're kooky. They're all together ooky.
The Nomu and Nomu show.
Because they do say eco and stuff like that.
Nice. But where can we find you guys? Or Gary, where can we find you?
You can find me at Wrath of Giraffes on Twitter.
James.
You can find me at That One Welder Guy on Twitter. You can also follow my podcast, the Kicking Stones Podcast, a Dr. Stone manga review podcast at Dr. Stone Pod on Twitter. And you can also follow the Weeb Jammin' Podcast, where we already covered Megalobox, and for March we're going to cover Lovely Complex.
Nice.
Also, Gary is on that series.
Yay! I'm Kendra. You can follow me on Twitter at Sniper of My Heart. And Sophie's not on this week, but you should definitely check her out at Chopper's Antlers. Oh, I'm going to be on the One Piece podcast, at the One Piece podcast. So you can listen to me talk about Odin there. Okay, sorry, you can follow the podcast at myheropod. You can email us at myheropod. So at gmail.com. I confused myself there. And we do have our website, www.myheropod.com. So out where we talk about our who would be our Valentines in the My Hero world. It gets very silly. We fight. I win. Well, not really.
If you're wondering why Sophie isn't on this week, no, I'm just kidding.
I killed her. No.
Oh my god.
No, Sophie's on a hot date with Wash. But on that note, we pay our respects to Johnny. So in his honor, go beyond plus ultra. You never stick it up. Woo.
This is my hero academia. This is manga news and more. Plus ultra. Ooh, they're my hero academia.
They need
There's a
disco
highlight.
names, like Disco Stew.
I was thinking Bakugo, but that's a decade.
That's
Yeah,
a good one, though.
Bakugo Totoro.
I thought of a name for a disco name for Bakugo. Bakugoria Gainer.
What?
What? Disco Ka-chan.
Disco-chan.
Disco-chan. B-Man. Ooh. Like Bakugo. I think it's
And
good.
like Todoroki's theme song would be Hot Stuff and like Cool in the Gang too. We got two of them.
Nice.
Any listeners out there, send us your disco names.
Staying frozen. Staying burned. I don't know. Just like switch it out.
Burning alive, yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are providing me with some awesome material to work with.
Uh-oh. It's gonna be the new theme song.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.